Hello, my wonderful people. My name is Jovica, and I'm broadcasting from Jovica TV. Today, we are having a very special program, and we have decided to be a voice to the voiceless. We have decided to help our society, both ecclesiastical and political. And whenever we see anything that we need to lend our voice or support, we do not hesitate to do that. Today I'll be having a very wonderful guest that you might interest you to listen to his side of the story. This has to do with the ecclesiastical, a priest, a senior priest for that matter, who have been in the priest, but a lot of story associated with him that may appeal to you, that may sound like you, like maltreatment or a compliment, whatever you want to interpret his story. It's up to you, but I will allow you to listen to him. But before that, remember, we are on Jovica TV. If you have not started following us in this page, you can just do that, just to support what we are doing. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm going to be letting the cat out of the bag, and the story is really touching, very, very touching. There are stories when you hear them, you can't withhold your tears. And when there are stories also when you hear them, you cannot hold back that, start praising God. I pray that this one, you need to hold your emotion, but hear the story very well so that you know what to take out there. Let's take a break. After the break, I'll be I'll be shooting right away. Remember, I always say, if you don't have information, you are already deformed. Let's take a break.
If you no get information, you are already deformed. Why not go to your YouTube? Jovica TV. Hey, you want come for Facebook? Jovica TV. Instagram and Twitter. Jovica TV. Abi, you want them for TikTok? Jovica TV. Abi, now WhatsApp you want them? Jovica TV. Jovica TV, poised to reach you with the truth.
We are always poised to reach you with the truth. Today, I'm on a special program with my guest. My guest happened to be a priest in Anglican Church and a man of great reputation who has a lot of accolades and credentials to describe him. He's joining me all the way from Nigeria, and you know how Nigerian network really behave. He has been on and off. So if I don't get to get him connected back, then I'll probably need to give him a call so that we can have a phone conversation. Let me put up my microphone to enable me to have a phone conversation with him. Peradventure, I have him cut off. Let me put in this particular mic. Guys, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, thank God he's back. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, but at times it will freeze.
Okay. It's your network towards your end, because here I think I'm good to go. If you join the video, you just please. Oh, I'm also freezing. Okay. You know, technical.
Drive out a bit.
Huh?
I want to drive out.
Okay.
Close to the mast.
Okay, and see what happens. Okay, that's fine. Okay, guys. As I'm talking, I'll be having him speaking. We're trying to make sure that we have a very nice connection. But those of you watching out there, I hope you can hear me. Please, I need a feedback from you. Hello, can you hear me? I mean, those watching. Hello? Okay.
Hello.
I can hear you. I think it's out. Okay, sir. Are you good to go there?
I'm just I just want to drive out close to the mast.
Okay, it's okay. Take your time. Take your time. Okay, before
So that the network will not be cutting.
Okay, fine. Before he comes back, I want to begin to give you a background of what we're about to watch now. But I know, you know, my own way, I like people sharing their story by themselves. And I know he's going to share. Let me check. Okay, fine. I can be heard. Thank you guys for all the people that my guests that have joined me. Waka Sam, thank you. Walter Eberechi Patrick, thank you so much. Appreciate your company as followership. Okay, you know, as a man of God, I believe in so much in our Lord Jesus Christ. And he says something to us. We should mourn with those who mourn. We should cry with those who cry. It's not proper that when you find some brothers in any condition, you decide to ignore them. But recently, I discovered that most of our church leaders, when they find themselves at the top echelon of this ministry, they become a problem to those one who are down. Sometimes when some of them when they find themselves at the top, they don't want any other person to come over there. One time when they see somebody they feel that is potential either to be with them or to replace them, they see the person as a threat. I don't know if it is the case of our brother, but he's going to mention and send them by them himself. But I'm telling you what I have observed. I was discussing with a particular guy in one of the Pentecostal churches, very notable Pentecostal church. He said a lot. He said, whenever they see you waxing strong spiritually by the word of God, prophetically and otherwise, the rest they'll set you up. He mentioned many names we know. We have been hearing their names. I'm not going to mention the church for now until I have some people who want to come and share the story. We can be specific. That Pentecostal church is one of the leading Pentecostals all over the world and in Nigeria, to be precise. You can see how they have been having the issue of their general leader. And it says some of them they use them to dislodge another. When they dislodge, the other person will be jettisoned, will be thrown away. But God will help us. But one thing I know, the church of God must march on, and the gate of hell will not prevail. Who do we have here, sir? Your name?
Okay, my name is Venerable Chima Onyebuagu.
Venerable Chima Onyebuagu. You are answering Venerable. Venerable is associated with the Anglican Church, but I like that you are in Pentecostal Church. Is that correct?
Well, the church where I am currently in have no problem with the title. They said they don't have any problem with the title. The founder was a Pentecostal. The wife of the founder, the father is a knight of the Anglican Church, who just died last year. He was buried October last year. So she still has an Anglican blood in her. So they said the title is not a problem.
Oh, that's
So the
awesome.
title.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. We learned that you are no more in Anglican Church, as you just stated now. Please, can you tell us your story? What really happened?
Well, the story started as early as 2007. Around 17th September 2007, when I was a lecturer in Trinity College from 1999 December. So by 2007, around
Yes,
September.
yes, sir. What is Trinity College? Explain to my viewer. They need to know.
Trinity Theological College, Umuahia, is an institution that trains pastors, Anglican priests. Then it was Anglican, Methodist, and Presbyterian. But in 2001, August 21st to be precise, the Methodists and the Presbyterians were asked to leave the college because they were not funding the college as expected. So the Anglicans took over the college, told the Methodists and the Presbyterians to leave the college. This happened in 2001. So, and I was lecturing there at least, if I don't count number of bishops whom I trained in the school, I can count up to 10.
Wow.
Up to 10 in the Anglican Church that I trained. Bishops like the Bishop of Nsukka, the Bishop of Jalingo, the Bishop of Enugu now, the Bishop of Oji River, and some other, the Archbishop of Niger Delta province, Archbishop Eyinda, and some others. So they were all my students.
Wow. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Even late Bishop Onwenazubike, late Bishop Orama, they were all my students. So, well, what happened was that in September 2007, I got a letter from the bishop, then Bishop of Olo, Right Reverend BCI Okoro, through the Senior Secretary, Venerable Francis Chukwukere, that I should vacate the college immediately under 48 hours. The letter read that I should vacate within 48 hours. I got the letter on 17th. They gave me up to 20th to vacate and report to the Bishop of Oluden, which I did. Though there was another letter they sent after by the following day, which was 18th, saying that I should not vacate until one other person who was asked to vacate with me leaves. But I had to obey the first order. I've already packed my load. I've already started making arrangement on 19th, which was 2 days. I left the college and packed to my father's house, which on 20th, I sent a letter. On 20th, I sent a letter to the bishop telling him that I finally relocated to my father's house, waiting for his further instruction. Then the further instruction came that I was supposed to...
If I may ask you, sir, not interrupt you, why did they give you the letter? Why did they give you the letter to vacate? What offense did you commit?
Okay, it was a very big story. It started with when my wife was employed as one of the accounts officers in the college. There was an incident that was going on that the then bossa, who is an indigene of the community, part of the funds of the college were being tampered with by him. So the so-called bossa, my wife reported this incident to me, that the best thing to be done is that students and dioceses should be making payments directly to the bank, and let the students send the teller to the college for documentation. That's no need for students to be paying cash. Okay. So this we discussed in the academic board meeting, and which I suggested that the school should carry it out. Then the rector, who happened to be a professor now at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, directed that it should be followed like that. I didn't know that this was annoying the bosser. And I think August that same year when this incident happened, that was around 2004 or 2005, he organized his village people, because he's from the community where the college is located. He organized the women in the village. They came to the college to demonstrate against myself and my wife. So thank God for one of the lecturers, Venerable Professor Onyinye Okpala, who was a student and a lecturer in the school then. He had to intervene. Through his intervention, everything calmed down. But it didn't take time. By 2006, the then rector, Professor Diarra, he left and started lecturing at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. That lecturing at University of Nigeria, Nsukka created a vacuum by the deputy rector of the college.
Okay.
I was appointed as the deputy rector of the college until another rector was sent to the school. A rector again was sent to the school who took over from Venerable Professor Diarra. Then the bossa did everything to paint myself, Venerable Okpala, in a very bad mood before the new rector. And the rector saw us as a threat to the college. This, he did many things, and we complained to the bishops, his activities in the college. But being what the church is, they never took us as anything until they set up a committee, and the rector said that for the college to go on, that I and the Okpala must leave, and one other person from Owerri Diocese must leave the college for peace to reign in the college. So that was what happened, and I was written immediately. Before others were written, others did not get the letter until after about a month I left the college. I was written immediately to be withdrawn from the college.
Oh, wow, this is serious. Okay, so go back to your story. So when you were written to vacate?
Okay, I vacated and left to my father's house. That was where I parked, and then waited for another where we'd be engaged. I was later told to go to a secondary school to teach. I went to the secondary school to teach, and I was posted as a curate to one of the churches close to the secondary school. Was given 2 rooms only, no toilet, no bedroom, no kitchen. Where to park my family. I had 4 children. I had a wife, and I had properties like seats and other things and beds. And that room cannot contain me. So I decided to leave I didn't enter that particular place, that particular building. Then I decided to, one of my sister-in-laws told me to come to a flat she had at Owerri. We had to stay in Owerri for about 40 days before I was able to rent a house for my family in Umuahia, because by then my wife was a civil servant, or is still a civil servant in Abia State. So I had to rent a house for my family in Umuahia. And I was then operating from Umuahia to Olo to teach. I was operating from Umuahia to Olo to teach in that school 3 times in a week, because that was what my timetable read, 3 times in a week. So, but upon all that, I had to query me why I didn't pack into the compound, into the accommodation he gave to me, which I responded to him that it could not take my family or myself, that it is better I stay with my family at Umuahia and be coming to the place to teach, since I have an accommodation in Umuahia. So these are just some of the things that happened around that period.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I'm getting you now.
Okay, so you were still coming for your official duty. The only problem, you were not staying in the provided accommodation, which is not really convenient for you.
Yes.
You are still written again.
I come to the school 3 times in a week, and even come for service on Sundays from Umuahia.
Yet we are still written. Why didn't you pack in?
Yes.
I have a similar case that is really bugging my head. A young man, a priest in one of the dioceses there. This guy has when he just got ordained, he has a car. During his Thanksgiving ordination, people gathered about 200 something thousand, according to him. And he had about 600,000 or 300, 700, thereabout. The whole money sum up to 900,000. That was what he could get during his ordination. He managed to buy a car of this amount. When someone buys a car, you should know better. The guy from Okochukwu to Mechanic Kochukwu, for his name should be changed Mechanic Kochukwu. People are asking, are you a mechanic? Because every mechanic house, the boy is there. He will drive. They will push. Even children are running away from him from pushing the every that push it on me. Push it. It was the guy had no option than to sell the car. Now they posted him to a place of this your own car, his own. He even went in there to use the restroom. I'll go. He almost got beaten by his neck. Do you know they wrote him that why did you sell your evangelistic car? And why didn't you put it to where you were posted for snake to bite you? They wrote him and suspended him indefinitely. That suspension is close to 2 years now. A bishop is eating with his own family. A young man that just got ordained. The boy is suffering. Nobody's hearing his voice. Almost 2 years suspension for not doing anything serious. When I see this thing and I react, they say, Jovika, why are you this? But it's okay. Audrey Chukwuma, since all the hammer, let them carry go. But my joy that God is the final judge. He knows everybody's action. Go ahead, sir. Now, I want to ask, when you were written and you explained, what was the next line of action? Did they say, okay, no problem, continue, and what happened?
Well, there were a lot of, was it 2007, the same 2007, around, let me get the date. Around June 2008. Around June 2008, I was written by the bishop to appear before a panel of inquiry on insubordination and conduct, giving just cause for scandal and offense. Not only me, there were 2 other priests that were invited with me. I went to that panel with a clear mind. I was asked whether I did this or I did that. Anyone I did, I accepted that I did, but the ones I never did, they told me that I told lies against the bishop, which is very wrong, that I was involved in a case of insubordination in the Trinity College, which is very wrong, that out of 5 working days in a week, that I only attend lectures 2 times or once in a week, which was lie. So, but the issue was that the panel that was set up, one of the chairman of the panel, who then was, I think, either a magistrate or something like that, told one of the priests that the judgment had been written already by the bishop, because the priest had to confront him. He had to confront him that why did they do this kind of thing. He said that the judgment had been written, that they were just asked to carry out the will of the bishop.
Jesus Christ.
That was not what happened. So okay, after that,
go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Okay, that inquiry happened on. The letter came on 3rd June, and I was asked to report on 4th June, which I did. Just not up to 12 hours. Let me say 18 hours gap to come and answer for an offense. It had given me something like 3-4 days. At least I would have been able to consult here and there before coming. So I was just taking unawares. So I came. The next thing I saw, the same June, around June 13th, that is less than 10 days. Less than 10 days after the inquiry, was a letter of withdrawal of license from you and the position as a priest of the Anglican Communion with immediate effect. This was on 30th June 2008. So, well, what happened was that on 7th July 2008, I had to write a special appeal to him, to the bishop then, for a passionate appeal to review the sentence imposed on me, which he didn't adhere to. Then on 2nd October, I had to write to the primate of Church of Nigeria for a formal appeal against the judgment or sentence of the said sentence. It was not responded to. Then again, I had to, on 4th February 2009, I had to write another reminder of the same issue. This was not responded to. So the first appeal was on 29th April 2009. So all these things were not responded to by the primate. Well, the incident was that one of my friends, who was a bishop, I equally taught him, late Bishop Owen Azubike, had to tell me to come to his diocese. But the first person who was trying to champion the case was late Bishop John Esirim. Okay. He was championing the case until he died on I think that was on December 13th, 2008. I think that was when he died, or 2008, around that. That was when he died. So he wanted me to come back, to come to his diocese and to do other things to see what will happen. So when that issue was ended, then Bishop Owen Azubike in, I think, April 2009, around sometime in 2009, asked me to come to his diocese. Number one was, I have not been written by the bishop, my bishop that suspended me to resume. I have no letter from him up to today for reinstatement. So, but I think that was done out of friendship and out of magnanimity. I had to obey him, but I told him that I would never take up any payment from the church. 10 kobo, the church will not pay me, then I will not live in the church property. Let me pay for myself and live in my own personal property. So this was what happened, and I continued working in that diocese until the bishop died. And another bishop, Bishop Temple Nwogu, he's a very nice bishop, took over from him. But by 2010, April 2010 or May 10th, 2010, Bishop Owen Azubike preferred me an archdeacon. So I made me an archdeacon, one of the archdeaconries he carved out new, without residing there. So, but by the same May, I got an appointment with the federal government, which led to my relocating from Isi Alangwa. That was 2010 to Mina, Niger State. And I was in Mina, Niger State. I just wanted to be as a layman in the church. But the bishop of Mina was that he's a human being, not like the bishop we have in the Southeast here. He's a human being. He's a human being. He has a human nature. He had to call me one day to his house, told me to off my phone, offed his phone, talked with me for more than 4 hours. Sure. Now, the most Reverend Daniel Yisa, he's a bishop indeed. Yeah. So it was the most Reverend Daniel Yisa who made me to come back to Diocese of Mina, and I served in the St. Peter's Cathedral Mina as a curate under now Bishop Van Day. Then equally served as a chaplain to All Saints Gidankwanu, which is the chapel to the Federal University of Technology, Mina, Niger State. So these were the two places I served. Then in 2011, because of the riot that happened in 2011 after election, I appealed to the council for transfer to be with my family. And the council, well, out of their magnanimity, accepted my appeal and transferred me back to Umuahia to be with my family. And when I came back to Umuahia in April 2011, the Bishop Owen Azubike had to appeal to me to still come back to him, which I did. And he later died, and Bishop Temple Nwogu took over. And Bishop Temple Nwogu is a bishop indeed. He's a human being. He's very humble. I must commend him. But what happened was that in 2020 or 2021, my children asked me whether I have gotten a letter reversing the initial thing that was initial letter of dismissal and deposition. Yeah. I told them I didn't have any letter. So, well, they now being, some of them being graduates, had to tell me that I had no stake in the church, that there's no need for my being there. So because of that, I had to confer with my family, and we all accepted that I should leave the Anglican Church. It was a family decision. Before then, my dear brother had left the Anglican Church for Redeemed Christian Church of Redeemed Christian Church of God, where he's a pastor now. So for myself, I had to leave to one of the Pentecostal churches, Streams of Joy International. Let me just be specific, where I was readily accepted and absorbed. Sure. So this is just the situation, what I passed through. False accusations, and the worst part of it is that my friend who became the bishop of Olu currently, when he met one of my friends in one of the hotels where they went for Church of Nigeria meeting, he introduced him as one who wrote a petition against him so that he will not be the bishop of the friend to the one who wrote petition against him so that he will not be the bishop of Oru Diocese. And that was the crux of the whole matter. The crux of the whole matter was that in 2008, Oru Diocese was to be created. And I didn't know, nobody told me. Some elders in my community, in the Oru Diocese, went to the then bishop and asked him that the first indigenous bishop should be from Oru Diocese. And they asked him, whom do they want? They mentioned my name. I mentioned two other people. That was the beginning of my problem.
Oh, my
that was
problem. Before you go further, before you go further, sir, we're going to take a short break so that the next 3 minutes we finish. There are things I captured in his narration. Number one, the bishops of the Northerners, and for me, and even the West, the Yorubas, most of them are far better than the bishop we have in the East. That's one point he raised. Number two, there are bishops who have humanity even in the Southeast. He mentioned them. Number three, he was a judgment has already written before the panel. That happened to one other priest. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to. I'm trying to be kind. He had a case of accusation of embezzlement. This guy has a case of accusation of embezzlement. They came to the stamp board. The bishop recommended he should be face a panel. But before he faced the panel, that he should refund the money he was accused of. The board said, Bishop, this is not done. He said, no, that he wants the guy to refund the money before facing the judgment. People were like, this is awkward. He said, no, when the thing raised some broad reaction from the crowd, he said, okay, we're going to vote. If you want him to reform before the judgment, raise up your hand. People voted. The guy got favor of 30 against 22. So the vote for the young man is that don't pay any money, face the judgment. If you're indicted, you refund. The bishop decision at the diocese, boom. Oh boy, you have to refund before the. And that was how funded the money out of nothing. And after the panel, he was not indicted. He paid back the money, paid in half. This is the money he paid in bulk. He was being refunded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 naira. Jesus Christ, church. Well, it's quite unfortunate. I want to ask you, do you think, but what problem is today, if they see you, the same bishops that pushed you out will still use some words against you and tell you all these top bomb priests, all this and that. I want to ask you, people always say that bishops are like court. They are into court. One, if you offend this one, you have offended a whole lot of them. That's why I say that whenever they see you as a potential bishopric candidate, that you are finished. How true is this claim? In the next 3, 4, 5 minutes, so that we can run off.
Well, actually, I think some of my friends who became bishops, I told them, please, if you become as a bishop, don't ever do what others are doing. But you discover that with time, the thing will enter their heads and they will start doing like others. I don't know what happened, especially in the Southeast. Especially in the Southeast. These things are not much in the North, because I've been able to interact with some bishops in the North. They are very humane, they're very humble, they're very accommodating in the North. But down here, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing down here. So I don't know whether I will call it a cult or whatever they like. Well, I don't understand, honestly.
So this issue of passing a judgment before the panel, what can you say about it? Is it their position as a bishop to do that? What can you explain to us about it?
The issue is that the person who has passed the judgment before the panel sat, don't have confidence in himself. That whatever he is doing is wrong. And in order to use his veto power to cut off what he is doing, he had to do that kind of thing. So that is just the problem. That is just the problem. Because he is not confident in himself.
Okay.
He knows that his judgment will be faulted. So, but he has to use his episcopal authority to say it must be. Yes.
Okay. I discovered that it's very much good. Had it been you were in secular job, not the job they gave to you at Umaya, because they're still micromanaging you there, controlling. Do you think it's good for every priest to be not to pay them? Have your own job, like me. That's what I believe. If I happen to find myself in Nigeria, I will be not stipendiary, because nobody can just toy with me. That is me. I don't know who, but because of their attitude, I have to do my business or secular job and be pastor. If they don't like it, I stay on my own. Do you advise other priests to take this line of decision?
My candid advice to every priest, if they can, is to get what something else you are doing. Don't base fully on the church. Don't base fully. They will disappoint you. It is better you be a non-stipendiary. They say that he that pays the piper determines the tune. And when the teacher pays you, you live in the church compound. Everything to train your children is from the church, to eat is from the church. They remote you. You do things you are not supposed to do. You say things you are not supposed to say. You at times enter into problem with God. So these are some of the things you need to, as a human being, you need to avoid in order to have to get a job you're doing. To get a job. And that is one thing I love about the Pentecostal churches. Okay. Almost all of them, most of the pastors, are not full-time pastors. They are what we call tent makers. They have their with the job. Some are drivers, some are traders, some are, but in their place where they are doing it, they will showcase that they are what they are, that they are pastors. So I hope the church should learn such things. The priest in the Anglican Church, They should be able to have one or two things they are doing to help their family and themselves.
Thank you, and God bless you, sir. Well, you guys, please, you can hear him. This is my candid advice. I have a lot of complaint. Some archdeacon, priest, canon. You need to see the way they are treated as if they don't exist or they're not human beings. But the workplace, even some of us priests, some of them, oh my goodness, some of them are so maltreating the young ones under them. And this kind of people, tomorrow, they buy themselves to the top of echelon as a bishop. And what do you expect? Well, my happiness is we have a final God who is the judge. Who will judge all of us. In your parting words, do you think removing you from Anglican is going to affect you making heaven?
The church has nothing to do with heaven. Whoever tells you that the church controls going to heaven is a liar from the pit of hell. The person is being controlled by the devil. The so-called apostolic succession is not by being a bishop. The so-called apostolic succession. God decided to pick Apostle Paul for apostolic succession. He did it to Judas. He didn't pick somebody who was with Jesus. He picked somebody who was against him at the right time. So God decided to pick anyone he loves to pick. It is not a matter of human making. It's not a matter.
Somebody wrote something, say most time the bishop will not allow you to work so that they can keep you under their control. So
that is the actual thing. They cage you. I know when I started in the ministry in 1992, I was vibrant. I was, as St. Paul says, Zokensu. The Wednesday prayer band was very. I was proud of it, but it was
ahead of it. Yeah.
Series of letters and letters and letters. I was killed in that church. Many things happened there. Many things happened. So I had to leave to Akop, and at St. Peter's Akopwa, I was not given a space to preach in the church. Sure. I was just only to watch and conduct service, and then I never preached for 1 year. So what is the essence? Killing your ministry. Killing your ministry in the church.
Wow. Ụfọdụ na-ezori, ụfọdụ na-atụ asị, ụfọdụ na-akwa iko, ebe ụfọdụ na-akwa emu. Ọ bụkwa ụmụchukwu ndị si ha kwere ekwe, ụfọdụ bụ ndị si ha ndị bikwe n'ụlọ nsọ ya. May God help the church. Thank you so much for being my guest. I'm happy to have your story. It is already documented in this platform. I want to wish everybody who's going through the kind of thing he's going through, feel free to voice out. Most of them, after sharing their story with me, they say, I don't want problem. They are buying you, they're killing you. They still don't want you to speak. If you speak, they come after you.
That's also true.
Me, I've decided to liberate myself.
Incidentally, the current primate, that was about last week or last 2 weeks, I sent a letter to him. I think I forwarded that same letter to you. Yes. Why I left the Anglican ministry as an archdeacon. Okay. Well, I've been waiting for a response on my email. Up to today, I've not seen any response. Wow. I've never seen any response on my email. So, but I'm not, to God be the glory. Thus far has the Lord led me. He is my Ebenezer. Imagine that sometime when I visited the Hioma, where a friend of mine, the mother died, and I came to the burial. The bishop who dismissed me, when he saw me, he said, the man they couldn't arrest. He shook me and said, the man they couldn't arrest. See, he said, you are still looking so young. You can still marry. If you want to still marry at this age, you can still marry a girl of it. So I'm not interested in that. Imagine what somebody like that can say. The man they couldn't arrest. Well, I thank God for everything. It is the Lord that keeps me. My hope is not in any human being. Amen. Even where I am currently, I told them my hope is not there. that it is only Jesus that I'm hoping on. He is the one that is keeping me.
Amen.
If not for him, I had wanted to commit suicide when this thing happened. It was God himself who saved me. I had wanted to commit suicide in 2009 because the issue, what the church did to me, led to my mother dying. My mother died out of heartbrokenness. My mother died out of heartbrokenness. Well, God will judge. It's only God that will judge. I've forgiven them. My mother is dead and dead. I have a brighter future. I am on my own, and God is helping me. So, well, whatever they like, let them do. God in heaven knows.
Do you wish to be called back to the Anglican Church now?
It will be under certain conditions. It cannot just be like that. We have to reach agreements.
Thank you so much for being here. Please, this message is for those who are going through what a country. Sometimes it's good to voice out. Many people are losing their life because they refuse to voice out. You know, I have a case of a bishop who will tell you, we just call it, can you afford 500,000 naira? If you can afford it, then tell them to put your name for the preferment that is coming. Hey, you! Can you afford 500? If you think you can afford it, let your name be added and make your money. What about you? Hey, go free. Come. If you think you can rally around and make 500,000, you join them so that I make you vulnerable. I heard this and my body started shaking. In church, you pay to be preferred. May God help us. Thank you so much for being my guest, sir. The Lord will sustain you and protect you. One thing that matters, I told somebody, see, church, all this denomination, they are visitors. But I don't know why people take visitor above humanity. You and I, we are brothers. Anglican came, Roman Catholic came. But sometimes this denomination decided we want to decide how I will relate with my own brother. Even to the extent of affecting marriages. I'll see a sister I love. I'll see a brother I love. I want to get intimacy with him in terms of marriage. They will tell you he's not from Anglican. He's not from Roman Catholic. He's not from Pentecostal. He's not from this. A church deciding how I will relate with my own Igbo brother. May God help us. Thank you, sir, for being my guest today. Thank you, guys, who participated. Reverend Steve Chiwe, God bless you so much. I sincerely appreciate your consistent praying and joining the program. You are making the program very lively. Share this video. Let everybody, those who are in this picture, be liberated. It's very quite unfortunate. So we thank our brother, Venerable Chima Oyebago, for being in this program today. That is what he has really made our day. And at this thing, I want to draw the curtain. Thanking you for all your support. The man is crying, exactly. The man he shedded tears. Okay, my dear brother, Chai. So another person is also shedding tears. Chai, it's very quite unfair. It's very pathetic. A church, the man almost lost his life because of the maltreatment of a bishop, and people will not talk. My brother, it is everywhere. It is everywhere, but is it supposed to be so? That is the problem. It's everywhere. Almost every church. God, I beg. If Christ wants to come, let him come. Thank you for being part of this program, this show today. I really overstayed the story was so interesting that I have to stay to this turn. Please do well to follow us on this platform. I love you guys.
If you no get information, you are already informed. Why not go to your YouTube? Jovika TV. Hey, you want come for Facebook? Jovika TV. Instagram and Twitter. Jovika TV. Abi, you want come for TikTok? Jovika TV. Abi, na WhatsApp you want come? Jovika TV. Ele Poised to reach you with the truth.